Hello, and a very warm welcome to the channel. It is a world of breathtaking beauty and incredible complexity, but our planet is also home to creatures that, despite their diminutive size, possess a power that commands our utmost respect and indeed our caution. Today, we journey into this miniature realm, a world often overlooked, to uncover the stories of its most formidable inhabitants. We will be counting down the 10 most dangerous insects in the world, marvels of evolution whose survival strategies can have devastating consequences for those who cross their path. From the silent airborne carriers of disease to the swarming legions with a collective, voracious appetite, these creatures have developed extraordinary methods for defense and predation. Their stories are not tales of malice but of survival, played out on a scale that is almost beyond our comprehension. It is a stark reminder that in nature, size is no true measure of power. The smallest of beings can shape the lives of the largest, including, of course, our own. So, I invite you to join me on this fascinating and perhaps unsettling exploration. Prepare to be amazed by the ingenuity and potency of these tiny titans. If you find this journey into the hidden corners of the natural world as captivating as I do, please do consider showing your support by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. There are always more wonders and warnings to discover together. Now let our expedition begin. We begin our countdown with a creature familiar to almost everyone on Earth, an insect whose high-pitched hum is the soundtrack to countless summer evenings. But this familiarity belies a truly terrifying reality. The mosquito, in all its various species, is without a doubt the most dangerous insect on our planet. It is not armed with powerful jaws or a venomous sting in the conventional sense, but its method of attack is far more insidious and far more deadly. This tiny, fragile-looking fly is a vector, a delivery system for some of the most devastating diseases known to humanity. Its life cycle is intimately tied to water. From the smallest puddle to the vastest marshland, female mosquitoes lay their eggs, and from these, a new generation of hunters emerges. Only the females bite, for they require the protein from blood to develop their eggs. To obtain this vital meal, she lands with ghost-like stealth upon an unsuspecting host. Her proboscis, a marvel of natural engineering, is not a simple needle but a complex tool. It pierces the skin, searches for a capillary, and begins to draw blood, injecting saliva that prevents clotting as it feeds. It is within this saliva that the true danger lies. If the mosquito has previously fed on an infected individual, it can become a carrier for microscopic assassins. Pathogens such as the Plasmodium parasite, which causes malaria, or the viruses responsible for dengue fever, Zika, and West Nile fever, are transferred with the bite. These diseases claim hundreds of thousands, if not millions of lives each year, particularly in the tropical regions of the world. The mosquito's global reach and its efficiency as a disease transmitter make it a relentless and unparalleled threat to human health. The sheer scale of the suffering caused by this one insect is almost impossible to comprehend. It has shaped human history, determined the outcomes of wars, and continues to be a formidable barrier to development in many parts of the world. Efforts to control mosquito populations are a constant, ongoing battle, a testament to the profound impact of this tiny airborne killer. It is a creature that commands not just our attention, but a global effort to mitigate the immense danger it represents. Our journey takes us now to the sun-drenched savannas, dense woodlands of sub-Saharan Africa. This is the tsetse fly, roughly the size of a housefly but with a far more sinister potential. Like the mosquito, danger isn't the bite alone, it's what it transmits. The tsetse is the sole vector for trypanosomes, causing African trypanosomiasis, sleeping sickness. Male tsetse flies are blood feeders. Female tsetse flies are blood feeders. Forward-pointing proboscis can inflict a painful bite. Visually oriented hunters attracted to large moving objects attracted to certain colors, especially blue and black. They will pursue vehicles and people. When a tsetse bites an infected host, a wild animal or a human, it ingests trypanosomes with the blood. Parasites multiply inside the fly, then are ready to be passed to the next victim. In humans, the parasites start a two-stage assault. Stage 1. Multiply in blood and lymph, causing fever, headaches, joint pain. If untreated, Stage 2. Neurological phase. Parasites cross the blood-brain barrier, invade the central nervous system, leading to confusion, personality changes, slurred speech, disruption of the sleep-wake cycle, ultimately without treatment, coma, death. For centuries, the tsetse has been a grim guardian of the African wilderness, rendering land uninhabitable for livestock, posing a threat to rural communities. Detection and treatment have reduced cases, but sleeping sickness remains a concern in remote areas. The tsetse fly, a powerful force of nature, small but deadly. We move now from the daylight hunters of the African plains to a more secretive and nocturnal creature, found throughout the Americas. This is the triatomine bug, the kissing bug. It bites humans on the face, often near the lips, while they sleep. That kiss is the delivery mechanism for Chagas disease, named after a Brazilian physician in 1909. About an inch long, part of the assassin bug family. They live in cracks and crevices of poorly constructed homes, in rural areas, in suburban areas. They emerge at night, drawn by warmth and the carbon dioxide we exhale. It finds a sleeping victim, uses sharp mouthparts to feed for minutes. The bite is usually painless, the victim rarely wakes. The real danger is the bug's droppings. After feeding, the bug often defecates on the person's skin. Those feces contain Trypanosoma cruzi parasites. A sleeping person scratches the itchy bite. They can smear infected feces into the wound, or into the eyes, or into the mouth. That lets the parasite enter the bloodstream, a disturbingly efficient silent invasion at night. The acute phase can be mild, symptoms like fever and swelling at the site. Many don't realize they're infected. Parasites can remain for life, causing a chronic phase decades later. This can cause an enlarged heart failure, serious gastrointestinal problems. The kissing bug lurks in the shadows, a silent partner in a disease affecting millions across the Americas. Our next insect is not dangerous as an individual, but becomes a terrifying force when acting as a collective. This is the Africanized honeybee, a hybrid species created in Brazil in the 1950s. European honeybees were crossbred with a subspecies from southern Africa. The goal was to create a bee better adapted to tropical conditions. The experiment was a success in one sense, but it also unleashed a creature with defensive ferocity, killer bee. Individually, the venom is no more potent than a European honeybee. A single sting is painful but not usually life-threatening to a non-allergic person. The real danger lies in their behavior. They are extraordinarily defensive. A European colony might send a handful of guards to investigate. An Africanized colony can launch a full-scale aerial assault, hundreds, even thousands, pouring out of the hive to attack. They react at much greater distances from the hive. They will pursue a threat for a quarter of a mile or more. Once they begin, they are relentless. They swarm their target, stinging repeatedly. Each bee can only sting once, sacrificing itself. But the sheer number of stings can be overwhelming. Massive venom doses can cause toxic shock, organ failure, death. Since their accidental release, they have spread relentlessly, moving north through Central America, and into the southern United States. They have caused numerous fatalities in humans and livestock. Their presence has changed how people interact with the environment. Any hollow log, abandoned vehicle, cavity in a wall could house a colony. The Africanized honeybee is a dramatic example of how human intervention can have unforeseen, explosive consequences. We now descend to the forest floor of Africa and Asia to witness one of nature's most awesome and terrifying spectacles. Here we find the driver ant, or siafu as they are known in East Africa. These are not ants that build a permanent nest. Instead, they are nomadic, a constantly moving, a living entity. A colony of driver ants can number up to 20 million individuals, forming a vast, marching column that flows across the landscape like a dark, relentless river. The column is primarily made up of smaller worker ants. Soldier ants flank the column as a fearsome escort. These soldiers are formidable, with massive heads and enormous powerful mandibles that curve like ice tongs. Their bite is so powerful that it can easily slice through skin. In some parts of Africa, they are even used as natural emergency sutures. An ant is induced to bite across a wound, its body is then twisted off, leaving the head locked shut, holding the skin together. The sheer, overwhelming force of the colony is what makes them so dangerous. They do not hunt with venom, but with numbers and brute force. As the column advances, it consumes any creature unable to move out of its way. Insects, scorpions, lizards, snakes. While they do not typically target large animals, any creature that is trapped, injured, or tethered can fall victim. There are documented, though rare, cases of them killing livestock and even humans who were unable to escape the relentless advance. The colony itself functions as a single superorganism. At night, they form a temporary nest or bivouac made from their own living bodies, clustering together to protect the queen and the young at the center. When they are on the move, the sound of their march, a faint rustling, crackling sound, is a signal for all who can to flee. The driver ant is a primal force of nature, a demonstration of what can be achieved through absolute unified cooperation, a living carpet of death that cleans the forest floor. Our next insect, found in the humid rainforests of Central and South America, is not dangerous because it transmits disease or attacks in a swarm. Its reputation is built upon a single specialized weapon, and the unadulterated agony it delivers. This is Paraponera clavata, the bullet ant. It is so named because its sting is said to be so intensely painful that it feels comparable to being shot with a bullet. A searing, throbbing, all-consuming pain that can last for up to 24 hours. This large, robust ant, often over an inch long, forages for nectar, forages for small arthropods in the low vegetation on the forest floor. It is not an aggressive creature and will typically only sting in self-defense. For instance, if its nest at the base of a tree is disturbed, or if an individual ant is pressed against the skin. But should that defense be triggered, the victim is in for an experience they will never forget. The ant uses its formidable stinger to inject a potent cocktail of neurotoxins, specifically a peptide named ponerotoxin. The American entomologist Dr. Justin Schmidt, who created the Schmidt Sting Pain Index, rated the bullet ant's sting as the most painful of any insect he had experienced. He described it as pure, intense, brilliant pain, like walking over flaming charcoal with a 3-inch nail embedded in your heel. The pain is not just intense, it is persistent. Waves of burning and throbbing are accompanied by trembling, sweating nausea. The pain can render a person completely incapacitated, unable to do anything but endure until it subsides. In some indigenous cultures of the Amazon, this excruciating sting is used in warrior initiation rites. Boys wear gloves woven with dozens of living bullet ants, and endure their stings for many minutes. While a single sting is not lethal to a healthy human, the sheer unadulterated agony it produces places the bullet ant firmly on our list. It is a living testament to the incredible power that can be packed into a single drop of venom. The danger posed by our next insect is not immediate or violent, but deeply personal and psychologically disturbing. We are talking about the human botfly, Dermatobia hominis, a creature that has evolved one of the most bizarre and unnerving reproductive strategies in the animal kingdom. The adult fly itself is harmless. It does not bite or sting. The true horror lies in its young. The botfly has perfected the art of parasitic infestation, using the bodies of warm-blooded animals, including humans, as living incubators for its larvae. The female botfly's strategy is ingenious and, honestly, rather sinister. She does not lay her eggs directly on the host. Instead, she captures another insect, typically a mosquito, a stable fly. She then carefully glues her eggs onto the abdomen of this carrier insect and releases it, unharmed. This unwitting shuttle then goes about its business. When the mosquito lands on a warm-blooded host to feed, the warmth of the host's body triggers the botfly eggs to hatch almost instantly. The tiny larvae then drop onto the skin and burrow inside. Once beneath the skin, the larva creates a small home for itself, a chamber with a breathing hole to the surface. Here it will feed on the subcutaneous tissue, growing larger over a period of 5 to 12 weeks. The host will experience a growing painful lesion, which can often become infected. Many describe a periodic squirming sensation and sharp pains as the larva moves within its burrow. The psychological toll can be as distressing as the physical symptoms. When the larva is fully mature, it widens its breathing hole and wriggles its way out of the host's body, dropping to the ground to pupate in the soil, and eventually emerge as an adult fly, ready to begin the cycle anew. While a single botfly infestation is not usually life-threatening, it is a deeply unpleasant and painful experience that requires medical intervention to remove the parasite. The botfly is a master of stealthy invasion, a true body snatcher of the insect world. We travel now to the mountains and forests of Japan to meet the world's largest hornet, a truly intimidating insect that commands respect and fear. This is the giant Japanese hornet, Vespa mandarinia, Asian giant hornet. Reaching up to 2 inches in length, wingspan of 3 inches, its sheer size is enough to cause alarm. But it is its potent venom and aggressive, coordinated hunting strategies that make it one of the most dangerous insects in its habitat. The venom of the giant Japanese hornet is a complex chemical weapon. It contains a neurotoxin, mandarotoxin, which can be lethal to humans. The venom also contains enzymes that break down human tissue. It also includes a pheromone that acts as an alarm, summoning other hornets from the nest to join the attack. A single hornet can sting multiple times. An attack by a swarm can easily be fatal. These hornets are apex predators. They launch devastating raids on the nests of other social insects, particularly European honeybees. A small group of hornets, sometimes just a few scouts, can locate a honeybee colony, recruit reinforcements, then launch a brutal assault. Using powerful mandibles, they can decapitate thousands of bees in hours, systematically slaughtering the colony. They then occupy the hive and carry larvae back to their nests to feed their young. While they don't actively hunt humans, they will defend nests with ferocious aggression. Straying too close to a nest, hidden underground or in a hollow tree, can trigger a mass attack. Dozens of people die from their stings in Japan each year. The giant Japanese hornet is a formidable creature. Size, strength, venom, a true giant among dangerous insects. We return once more to the forest floor, this time in the tropical regions of the Americas, to observe another nomadic ant species with a fearsome reputation. This is the army ant, most famously of the genus Eciton. Much like their African cousins, the driver ants, these ants form massive colonies that are perpetually on the move. They are one of the most dominant forces in the neotropics. An army ant colony is a superorganism in its purest form, consisting of hundreds of thousands or millions of individuals. They operate not on sight, most are blind, but on chemical trails and touch. Stationary phase, the queen lays a massive clutch of eggs. Nomadic phase, the entire colony marches in search of food. During raids they form broad fronts, a swarming fan over 15 meters wide. The fronts flush out and consume everything in their path. Spiders, scorpions, cockroaches, other ants. Anything that cannot fly or run fast enough is overwhelmed. The ants use sharp, sickle-shaped mandibles to seize. They sting, they dismember their victims. The ground ahead of an advancing swarm is a flurry of fleeing creatures. Ant birds follow the swarms. The birds prey on the insects flushed out by the raid. The swarm can overwhelm larger prey if cornered or immobile. Snakes, lizards, chicks of ground-nesting birds. For humans, they don't hunt us, but stumbling into a swarm can mean hundreds of painful bites and stings. The army ant is the embodiment of collective power, a blind, relentless tide of hunger that sweeps the forest clean. For our final entry, we examine a diverse and widespread family of insects known for their predatory prowess, and in some cases the painful consequences of an encounter. This is the Reduvidae family, the assassin bugs. There are thousands of species, including the kissing bug we met earlier. Many others are general predators of insects. Their method of killing is gruesome and highly effective. They are equipped with a sharp, curved proboscis. The rostrum, it looks and acts like a dagger. Often hunting by ambush, an assassin bug strikes with incredible speed. It plunges its rostrum into the victim. First, it injects a highly potent, toxic saliva. That saliva rapidly paralyzes the prey. It also contains powerful enzymes that begin to digest internal tissues, liquefying the insides. The bug then uses its rostrum like a straw, sucking out the pre-digested slurry. It leaves behind a dry, empty husk. This extra oral digestion lets them take on much larger prey, including tough beetles and even venomous spiders. Most species reserve this for insects, but larger species can and will bite humans if threatened. The bite is intensely painful, far worse than a bee sting, and the pain can last hours or days. The injected saliva can cause localized tissue damage and severe inflammation. The assassin bug is a fitting, brutal conclusion to our list. And so our journey through the world of the most dangerous insects comes to a close. From the disease-carrying mosquito to the liquefying bite of the assassin bug, we have seen that danger in the natural world comes in many forms. It is a powerful reminder that these creatures, though small, are masters of survival, armed with an incredible array of tools and strategies. Their existence is not malicious, it is simply a matter of life and death, a drama that has unfolded for millions of years. It is vital that we treat them not with blind fear but with a healthy and informed respect. When we venture into their habitats, whether it's a tropical rainforest or our own back garden, we are visitors in their world. Understanding their behaviors and the potential risks they pose is the first step towards a safe and peaceful coexistence. Caution, awareness, and knowledge are our best defenses against these tiny but formidable forces of nature. I want to extend my sincerest thanks to you for joining me on this expedition today. I hope it has been as enlightening for you as it has been for me. The world of insects is vast and full of wonders and warnings. I am curious to know, which of these 10 creatures surprised you the most? Was it the sheer pain of the bullet ant's sting, or the unsettling reproductive cycle of the botfly? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you wish to continue exploring the marvels of our planet with me, do remember to subscribe to the channel for more fascinating videos. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.